Will it really be as awkward as I'm making it out to be as far as growing out my buzz cut from the zero guard that I did on Monday? In my time, it's Thursday right now, so it's only been a couple days since that, since I used the glorious, and as Maxwell Smart put it, my new toy. And the irony, I fall in love with this thing. This really is like a 37-year-old man's toy as far as I'm concerned. And this is the best thing to cut my hair. I love it. And even my wife commented on how well it did. But even then, this is the same week where we decided we're gonna face the challenge and we're gonna grow this hair out. We're gonna get me out of the comfort zone. The comfort of having a zero guard buzz cut. And so I keep making it out in my mind to be this very awkward thing. Cause I remember the last time I did it, a couple years ago, grew it out. It was in winter. So I was mainly just wearing hats and stuff anyway, but here we are, this is spring, and I'm starting a new job in the midst of it. So, I don't know, in some ways, this is the worst possible time to have that awkward phase of my hair growing out from a buzz cut. But again, I'm Nick Shell, and Nick Shell's not afraid to experience new things, face new challenges. Nick Shell invites those things in his life. He could avoid them, but Nick Shell says, why? I wouldn't be as strong and educated of a person if I haven't done those things. So let's do this thing. So what's my plan to do it? My plan, and Maxwell Smart again, correct me if I'm wrong, as I'm wrong, because you're the barber. But my plan is this. Once I get to, like, say the equivalent of a number 4 guard up here, I think I'm gonna be pretty tempted to go and get it down to a 0 in the sides and the back. Because in theory, I'm basically just going to have a goal of trying to have a crew cut for a while. Because a crew cut can have varying lengths on top. There's different versions of the crew cut, but ultimately the sides are very short and the back is very short. Something, just adopt the crew cut for a while. And I don't mean flat top, but crew cut. And then when I get closer to, and the goal is 1.5 inches on top, because I know once I get 1.5 inches on top, it's gonna look like a normal hairstyle. It won't even look like a crew cut anymore. It'll be evolving into a short hairstyle. And what I imagine is by the time I get to a 1.5 inches on top, at that point, I'm maybe only using a 1.5 or a 2 guard on the sides and the back. And basically, however many inches on top, kind of using that as what guard. So if it's 2 inches on top, maybe a guard on the sides. By the time I get to a 3, we'll see. Will I do 4 on the side? We'll see. I'll experiment with it. But basically, my goal is to go from the awkward hedgehog looking stage that I'm going to experience weeks from now, turn that into a crew cut, and then as it finally gets long enough on top, it will become more into the short hair style. No disconnected part this time. That was 2017, and it started seeming a little trendy for me personally. I don't care what anybody else does. They can do it. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying I'd been there, done that, got the Bruce Springsteen t-shirt. And none of you care about Bruce Springsteen. None of you care about Metallica. I understand that. For whatever reason, we demographically can connect. But when it comes to my taste in music, okay, what about Tom Petty? I'm sure some of you like Tom Petty, but I don't have any of his t-shirts. All right, so that's my plan. And maybe in my mind, I'm making it seem more awkward than it's going to. Because I mean, I'm gonna be making these videos and you're gonna see it, you're gonna know. And I think maybe that's part of the fun of the new challenge of this. The new theme of my channel for a while was going to be growing my hair out from an awkward buzz cut. And by the way, selfishly as a YouTuber, there's not a lot of content on YouTube about that. When you search that, I have a couple videos that show up from a few years ago. So that's gonna be my theme. I'll adopt that as my identity for my channel for a while until we get back to something that's post buzz cut. But right now, that's my next stop, buzz cut. And I plan to keep it 0 on the sides and the back as that's happening. And as we get past this just growing straight up and out, then I can maybe bring it only to a number 1 and so on. But I just know for a while this is gonna look really bad because my hair grows straight out. So on the sides it's gonna look thick, and on the top, but especially with the shape of my head, it's gonna look thin, and I know that. That's why I wanna keep this so short. That's my plan. Again, Max, you're watching, you can tell me the truth, but that's really what my goal is, what my plan is. And hopefully, it won't be as awkward as I think it will be because I have a more specific plan. Last time I didn't, but I recognize and I accept the fact that at first, I'm going to get my hair cut more than I'm used to. When I have a real hairstyle, I usually only go like every 5 or 6 weeks. I think this is gonna call for more, maybe even 2 or 3 weeks at first, until we can get past that. Until we can get past the part of the illusion of it definitely absolutely looking much thicker on the sides than it is the top. And I do recognize, yes, in truth, it is thinner right in here and here than it is here. It's thick here, I recognize that. But again, there's an illusion because your head is round, and with hair going straight out, it can create illusion. So I just want to manage that illusion, and I think that will help. We'll see in what, like about a month from now. What day is it for me? May 3rd is when I'm filming this. So by the time we get to the beginning of June, there's a good chance I will have definitely already done my first planned 0 shortening on the sides and the back. That's again unless Maxwell Smart stops me from doing it right now, and I'll give him that opportunity right here and right now.